Hey guys, a couple days ago, we did a video. And the video specifically showed off a couple of old toys that I still have while discussing the idea that a lot of people on things like TikTok and whatnot will say, show me some action figures. Show me your oldest figure. And the question comes up, what are you asking? Because they'll say, show me your oldest or show me your first action figure. Does first reference the idea of the oldest toy I still have in my collection? Is first like the first action figure you were given by a parent? Or is first in reference to the first action figure that you picked up that signified you were moving into the adult collector circle? Because there's a difference. There's a difference between you bought a toy to play with it, your parents got you a toy so that you could play with it, and you got a toy expressly knowing that you would not necessarily play with it. You wanted it because you knew you were moving into adult collecting. Now, I've actually talked about this figure before. There is a video on the channel which is, I think it's called Toy Storage Memories. And that video specifically talks about 5 toys that are sitting in the storage bin. And those 5 toys that are sitting in the storage bin, we discussed the 5 toys that I took out. There's a lot more in there. I think I'm going to do a couple more of those videos. And we talk about some memories about what those toys were, what the memories brought up. Well, there is a figure specifically from that video that I know is the first figure I bought that started me on adult action figure collecting. And it's him. That's Spider-Man right there. That is the Spider-Man that I bought, that I put on my shelf, that I knew that I was getting back in. Like 100%. That I was jumping back in and I didn't care what anybody said anymore. There is a video on the channel where I specifically talk about this figure. And there's another video on the channel that also talks about being a 40-year-old collector. What that's like, what it is. That's the Spider-Man. I saw a random video one day after a pretty big moment in my life that had me kind of down. And that video that I saw, there was a guy who went and he'd taken his kid to the store. And this video showed up randomly in my suggested YouTube. And I remember when I seen it, I was like, what? So I clicked on it. And I was like, why is it suggesting this? I didn't watch toy reviews or anything at the time, so I really don't know why this came up. Maybe it was the Spider-Man? I don't know. But it goes, this guy, he's sitting in the car and he's got all his kids and everything. And he's like, just went to the store, got my kids this, and he's taking stuff out of the bag. And this, he's like, and then I got me this. And he pulls out a Spider-Man. And he says, that's right. I bought Spider-Man for me. And this guy then just goes into it like, that's right. I'm a grown-ass man, and I can buy a Spider-Man if I want a Spider-Man. He's like, I pay my bills, and you don't have anything to do with those bills, my finances, or my life, so get off it, basically. I remember watching this video and being like, huh. Like, I mean, he's right. And then, after watching that video, I went to work. I did all the stuff that I had to do. And that night, I didn't go straight home. I drove to the Toys R Us. and I went around the Toys R Us for a while. And randomly, I came across this Spider-Man. And I remember I grabbed him off the shelf, looked at him for a while, and I said, I'm a grown-ass man. I like Spider-Man. I can buy Spider-Man. Who's to say I can't have Spider-Man? So I bought him. And he fell down. I bought him. I put him on the shelf. And he has been there since. So I guess if I was to answer that question as honestly as I possibly could, it's him. That is the first figure that I bought expressly with the idea that I'm adult collecting and I don't care who feels one way or another about it. That's probably it, if I'm being perfectly honest. Just thought I'd follow up, and also to put it out there that those other 2 videos exist. If you have any interest at all, the 40-year-old collector video talks about what it was like leaving toys, what the stigma around something like that is, getting back into toys, and what led me back into adult collecting in my later life. And the other video, the toy storage memories, that video specifically talks about a couple of toys randomly pulled and the memories that they bring up in real time. And some of them are pretty wild. Later on.